They are once again facing elimination. Their season is on the line, but Chris Johnston, all the talk from the Montreal Canadiens leading up to Game 5 was, this is fun. We're enjoying it. We're embracing it. And I ask you, just from watching the morning skate, from talking to the players, just what is the mood as they prepare for this must-win game?
Well, it seems that they're taking, it's not just words. You know, I heard the little ole, 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 ole from one of the players out there. I mean, it was a pretty light-looking morning skate, actually, before Game 5 here. And it makes a lot of sense. Like, if you're not having fun here, even in a tough situation as Montreal's in terms of where they're at in the series, I mean, where can you have fun? You got to grind through a lot of tough regular season games to even get a chance to play one this big. And I do think that all Montreal is trying to do, much like they did against the Maple Leafs in round one, is start to slide a little bit more pressure in the direction of Tampa. Because, you know, certainly there's an expectation with the Lightning ahead 3-1 in the series that they're going to close it out. And Montreal's job in Game 5 is just to plant that seed of doubt a little bit deeper.
Now, you mentioned the Toronto series, and it's something that we learned from that series, that the team who has multiple cracks at the chance to eliminate the team, like the Leafs did, like the Lightning do, is it hard to match the desperation level? Is it hard to match the same intensity that the Habs will come out with?
It is, and I do think that there is the psychological element, too, about, you know, all of a sudden, if you're the Lightning and you lose a second game, you start to wonder, oh, you know, is this getting away from us? And I think the way Montreal's built, I mean, when the Canadiens are playing their best, they're not allowing too many dangerous offensive chances. Obviously, Carey Price being on top of his game is essential here to getting this series back to Bell Center for Game 6. And those types of things can get in the minds of opposing shooters, even, for example. I think we saw that against the Leafs, that their best players in the late stage of that series were thinking twice, trying to, you know, plant perfect shots because they felt that was what it was going to take to score goals. And so, you know, I do think Montreal is designed to be a tough out and a tough opponent, and we'll just see if they can go out and execute and start to plant that doubt we're talking about.
With all that being said, though, the odds are still stacked against them. The Tampa Bay Lightning here on home ice are a monster. They're a hard team to stop. So the Montreal Canadiens are going to send this back to Montreal. What do they have to do extremely well in Game 5?
Getting a lead, to me, is huge. I think it's two different Montreal Canadiens teams almost when they have to chase a game down because, you know, offense doesn't come naturally to them or is not as naturally as it does to some of the Lightning's elite players. But when they get ahead, they're very comfortable in that situation. And so, you know, that would be one key for them. I think also just keeping this power penalty kill streak going, rather, where they've been so good in these playoffs. Only 5 goals against when they're a man short. You know, that's been a strength of the Lightning's through their own playoff run. And so if they take some penalties in the early stages of this game, I think killing those will help build some confidence too.
Chris, the odds are stacked against the Habs, but if you've learned anything so far these playoffs, it is do not bet against the Montreal Canadiens.